In the shadow of the Korean DMZ, one of the most tense and volatile borders in the world, a brutal and shocking act of violence occurred in 1976. A seemingly routine tree trimming operation spiraled into a deadly international incident which involved the United States, South Korea, and North Korea that would forever be engraved into Cold War history. This is the story of the Korean Axe Murders, also known as the Panmunjom incident. The Korean Peninsula was divided after World War II into two states, North and South Korea. This divide was a result of the Korean War, which ended in 1953 with an armistice, but no formal peace treaty was ever signed between the two nations. Tensions always remained high along this border, especially in the Demilitarized Zone. At the heart of this 160-mile stretch of no man's land was the JSA, Joint Security Area at Panmunjom. The JSA is a tiny neutral zone where both North and South Korean forces, alongside American soldiers, would patrol and occasionally interact with one another. It was here that the stage was set for one of the Cold War's most dangerous confrontations. By the 1970s, the atmosphere at the JSA was incredibly fragile. Armed soldiers stood just meters apart from one another, and even the smallest act could spark an international incident. The United Nations Command, led by the US, operated in the JSA, working alongside South Korean forces, while North Korean soldiers, under the iron rule of Kim Il-sung, watched from their positions. August 18th, 1976. This day was supposed to be just any other day. Two American officers, Captain Arthur Boniface and First Lieutenant Mark Barrett, led a team of 8 South Korean workers into the JSA for what seemed like a simple task, trimming a poplar tree. However, this particular poplar tree was obscuring the view between a United Nations command checkpoint and a key observation post named Observation Post Number 5. The tree, however, was also located in a sensitive part of the DMZ, close to where North Korean soldiers also patrolled. Tensions had been rising for years now, and even small incidents often led to standoffs between the two nations. As the men went about their work, a group of about 15 North Korean soldiers appeared, led by a lieutenant named Pak Chul, who was nicknamed Bulldog by the US troops due to his aggressive demeanor. Pak Chul demanded that the tree trimming stop immediately, claiming that the tree had been personally planted by North Korea's leader, Kim Il-sung, and was to not be touched. Captain Boniface, aware of the tree's importance for security purposes, ignored Pak's demands and ordered that the South Korean workers continue to cut down the tree. The situation quickly escalated when Pak Chul ordered his soldiers to attack. Armed with only axes in their bare hands, the North Koreans launched a sudden and vicious assault on the Americans and South Koreans. The North Koreans swarmed the American officers and South Korean workers. Captain Boniface, taken by surprise, was struck in the head with an axe, killing him instantly. First Lieutenant Mark Barrett attempted to flee, but was chased down and bludgeoned to death. Within just a few minutes, both American officers lay dead on the ground, their blood staining the demilitarized zone. The killings of Captain Boniface and Lieutenant Barrett sent shockwaves throughout the world. The United States was outraged. President Gerald Ford and his top military officials convened to decide how to respond. With Cold War tensions at its peak, any miscalculation could lead to all-out war. In a show of force, the United States retaliated, but not with violence. However, with overwhelming military presence along the DMZ, they launched Operation Paul Bunyan. The mission of this operation was to remove the poplar tree that had sparked the conflict and to send a clear message to North Korea. On August 21st, 1976, just 3 days after the murders, Operation Paul Bunyan was executed. A massive force of 800 soldiers descended on the JSA, heavily armed with machine guns, grenades, and backed by artillery, tanks, B-52 bombers, and US aircraft carriers. While a team of engineers cut down the tree, US and South Korean forces stood ready to respond to any North Korean aggression. For 42 tense minutes, the operation proceeded without a single shot being fired. North Korean soldiers looked on from a distance, undoubtedly aware that any attempt to interfere would be met with overwhelming firepower. By the end of the operation, the poplar tree had been reduced to a stump, and the US had demonstrated its resolve. The aftermath of the Korean Axe Murders was sobering. The North Korean government issued a rare statement expressing regret over the killings, though they never officially apologized. The tension between North and South Korea, along with the United States, remained high, but the incident marked a turning point in how both sides handled confrontations in the DMZ. Today, the Axe Murders are remembered as a stark reminder of the volatility of the Korean Peninsula. The tree stump from that fateful day still stands in the JSA as a somber memorial to Captain Boniface and Lieutenant Barrett. It serves as a symbol of the ongoing struggle for peace in one of the most militarized regions in the world. Thank you for watching, guys. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history, and comment down below what you'd like to see me cover. I'm always open to new requests, and I love learning about new stuff, so your input would be very helpful to me growing. Thank you.